You have everything you need to build wealth right now. You have all the resources, you have all the tools, even the right friends, even the trash friends you think. Every single thing you need to start building your wealth, you have it right now. You have the internet, you have all these vast different tools at your disposal. So what is stopping you from achieving that? What is stopping you from getting what already exists? Because the thing is with money is that it already exists. There's all of it is out there. There is no like, oh, more money has to be printed on it. I know there's a thing called inflation and all that. But every single dime, every single penny, every single dollar, every single $1 million, $1 billion, all of it, it is already out there. It is already all out there for you to take, for you to provide the value and, get the value in return. All of that is out there. So what is holding you back? It's your fear. Your fear of money is holding you back. There's so many people that are afraid. I hear this all the time. It's just almost, it is this poverty mindset that is started in so many young people's minds from the time they're little, or even adults. You hear them saying it like, oh, well, I don't want to get too much money now because, like it's evil people to have a lot of money. Or, oh man, those dang rich people, those wealthy people that they're like, I hear all this complaining about rich people, all this classism, all these different talks on people, or it's like even people that are like higher middle class, they're like, I would never want to be like, wealthy like that. I would never want to be able to pass down money generations to my kids and, maybe change generations and break generational curses and have my kids never have to struggle and in the terms of finances. And, I want them to, maybe an instance can happen and I can feel worried about that, or my bank account can be empty if, let's say, someone needs an operation or like that. I'd rather have that happen than build wealth. There's so many people. It's like it's taught. It's ingrained into your mind that building wealth, that getting money to be able to build wealth. I'm saying get wealth, not be rich, because how I like to determine it is there are two different ways of looking at this. Rich is there are a lot of rich people. They have a lot of money and they have a lot of money during their time. And, they're able to flaunt, they flaunt their money and, they buy their Lamborghinis and their Louis Vuitton and all these sort of things. And I'm not saying any of that is inherently wrong, because there are a lot of amazing people that do those exact same, they buy their luxury brands, they have their Lamborghinis and all that and do amazing with that. But then there are a lot of other people, it's just purely to flaunt, just to showcase. It's for everyone else, nothing to build other people up, nothing pouring into others. They don't even want it themselves. That's the thing. It's just putting on a show. And then there are people that are wealthy. A lot of wealthy people you won't even notice them. You see them walking into, like Walmart or like Costco and, some pretty just clean, average looking clothes, no little fancy brands and all that. They might have a nice car, but that's it. You wouldn't really tell that often. They're very, very calm, very relaxed. Or even the ones that, have more fashion style and all of that. It's not like this thing to where they're flaunting it and just this crazy obsession with having to showcase it to everyone, because they already know they have it. They already know they have it, and they have wealth and they have peace of mind. They didn't build, wealth and get money to showcase it to everyone. They didn't do it to show everyone, oh, what I have, what I achieve. They don't need to put it on their Instagram stories about them like putting, the money under their arm and be like, oh yeah, look at all the money I have. Like this, just like come on, this corny crap. Like really, or like wearing these like just extravagant, like humongous chains and all these things. Like there's so many different ways it looks. But, wealthy people, you can tell usually the difference between a person that's wealthy and a person just seemingly rich. A wealthy person thinks about their future generations. You think about, how can I make investments? How can I continue to build this wealth and let it roll off? How can I build companies and set my children up and then my children's children up and, generations on, so where I set a legacy, this left behind. So like it's when I die, then my kids will be wealthy. My kids' kids will be wealthy, and they will never have to endure the same financial struggle that I had. That is the difference between, people that are rich and there are people that are wealthy. That's what I want to establish first. But second, now it's time to go into why is it so ingrained that wealth is a bad thing? Why is it so ingrained that money is evil? There are people in church just say, money is the root of all evil, and that is not true. They take that Bible verse completely out of context. You might have heard it, but that is not the full Bible verse. You have to give the context of it. The Bible verse is the love of money is the root of all evil, the love of it. So when it talks about the love, you have to, when you go into, I'm not going to go so deep into it because I'm not a biblical scholar, but like there are tools like Blue Letter Bible, and it gives you the definitions of these words, or like the original meaning in the Hebrew, all the different dialects that they spoke, during the time, the Greek and all that, those originate from the Bible. And it's the love of money is the root of all evil. Is because when you have money above God, when you have money above Jesus in your life, then that's when everything is going to topple down. When you have money as this idol and this thing that you're worshiping, like, because if you look at historically, like the Israelites and all these different people, all the different tribes and all these other different groups apart from the Israelites, what Jesus got so mad at, what God got so mad at, was they were putting all these different idols above God. And that's one thing that God hates and will literally destroy them for. It literally, you can read it yourself, even if you're not Christian. Literally historical evidence with all these different things, like Sodom and Gomorrah literally getting destroyed. There's literally sulfur balls that historians have literally found, fiery historical sulfur balls, and it's just unexplainable from that aspect, and it's crazy. But yeah, it's the love of money is the root of all evil, because when you love money, when you have a love for money, and when you obsess over money, and when you put it over God, that's when everything topples down. When you have money above family, when you have money above friends, when you have money above relationships and things that truly matter, then yeah, that is going to be evil. That is going to lead to your downfall. That is going to lead to everything crashing down. That is true. If you love money, then yeah, that's going to happen, because you see all these different people, even people that don't necessarily love money, like you would see like Mr. Krabs, I guess you would think about. But the people that they're just so obsessed with making money in the aspect that it's not what it can do. And they're just like, I just need money just because, and they have a bunch of money. But they don't do anything with it. That is one of the biggest points. It's like there's so many people that are afraid to get wealth. It's because, or they say like, I don't want to have too much money. I'll do bad things with it and I get corrupt. Well, that shows that there's already something within you that you need to get resolved. There are people that they need to get things resolved. Like if you're scared to make money, if you're scared to continue to build wealth, then there's obviously an issue within you internally that there's an issue internally, but you need to work on, but you're just avoiding it and you're using that as an excuse. Because if you think about it, if you continue to get wealth, if you're doing great things with it, if you're donating to charities, if you're building organizations, if you're paying for people's education and, helping the people that are within your own life, being able to set those people up, being able to set up businesses and invest in others and have all that freedom to do all of it, to have all that time, then you'd be like, no, money's amazing. It is an amazing tool because it's amoral. It just, like any tool, it depends on whose hands it is, because fire can be used to burn down buildings, unfortunately, and there are people that commit horrible crimes with fire. But the fire is also used as a tool to cook so we can have warm food to eat. Fire is also used for heat, so we can feel nice and warm, in the colder months, in the colder times. So you have to look at money as the same thing. It is a tool at the end of the day, and it's whoever's hands it is in determines if it's good or if it's bad. And there's so many people that are afraid to get money because there is something internally. If you have a fear of money, then that means there is something internally that you are struggling with. There is something internally that you have an issue with that you need to fix. You need to change. If you are afraid to make more money, if you're afraid to live a wealthy lifestyle, to be able to have your time, to be able to give the time to the loved ones you have, to give your time to the people that really matter, to have freedom, to invest in others, then there is something wrong internally with you. Like, I'm being so serious. I don't mean this to offend anyone. I don't mean this to be mean, but it is true. You need to look deep inside, and maybe you need therapy. You need Jesus. You need you need help. Like, there is something that you need to go and internally resolve, because that means there's a deeper underlying issue. Maybe there's a bad relationship with money within your household. Maybe there's addictions that you have, whether that might be, There are addictions that you think that might not affect money. Like people who have an addiction to porn, to all these, to things like that, like to adult I don't even want to call it adult content because it's not adult. That is pornography. All these different sexual things and all that. You think, oh, but all that stuff is free. Well, look at how many people are spending money on OnlyFans. Look at how that industry has made billions. Literally, like I literally remember reading on Twitter, like the top creator, whatever her name, Sophie Rain, she made $40 million in a year. 40 million, even though that is not, not necessarily, net profit. Like that is not the net income. 40 gross is still a humongous. That is more than most NBA players. That is more than most people. Like that is crazy off of men who are paying for that. So the same thing that you think you're like, oh, but like that won't affect it. No, that's probably an issue because if you have an addiction to pornographic material or masturbation, all these different things, then that means you're probably going to spend money on those things when you get more money. That's how people, they hire, what are they called? I'm forgetting the name, but they hire all these different people to have sex with and all these different like all these different things and they're paying for relationships and or even like Instagram models, they're like, they're flying them out, just paying them with money, just to look all nice, and they're like, oh, I have all these hot girls around me and all these different things. Like that same issue. If you have an issue with greed or selfishness right now, like if you already like with a little bit of money or with just like, you have average income and you have an issue with being selfish, then that's going to showcase later. And you're going to be like, no, I don't need more money. If I get more money, it's going to make me bad. Or if you have a materialistic issue, if you have an issue with buying things and just only shopping sprees, and that's all you can ever think about, that's all you can ever do. It's no investments into yourself, no investments into a brand or anything, or to help others or to buy things for others, or like when I see materialistic, I mean like you have a strong thing to where it's like you only buy stuff for yourself, and it's this obsession with just getting things. Like you might not even wear the clothes, you just buy the clothes just because you love shopping. Then that shows you don't need money. You don't need more money. And that's an issue that you need to resolve now. So stop letting a fear of money, stop letting the fear of money get in the way of building your wealth to help other people. Because you have to look at life from this perspective. You are meant to be successful, not just for your own sake, but for the sake of others, for the sake of the people around you, and for the people that you will never meet. For the videos that I'm making right now, you can take it as an example, as an analogy. I'm making videos, and these videos, they help, like speaking, and it gives me an outlet and to be able to speak to others. And I love helping the people. The whole goal is to help all the people that are subscribed and people that view this content. And there are a lot of people that I will never meet. There are a lot of people that will not watch these videos. But because someone watched my videos, they have that my videos had an impact on their life. And then the people in that person's life, they're affected by that because all of a sudden there's this change, there's this growth, there's this personal development, there's this self-development going on within this person that's watching the videos. And now the people that might never watch me, they are still being affected by me because it's this ripple effect. That is the same thing with wealth. When you build wealth, when you're focused on building wealth, not just for yourself, but to help others, to build organizations, to give others what you never had, to be able to bless others, then you are affecting so many other people. When you live a life of purpose, then your purpose is not just for yourself so you can be successful. God will allow you to be successful. He'll allow you to, reach all these different heights. But then so you can bring everyone else up with you, and then they bring up other people, and it continues to bring everyone up. Think about it. If every single human on this earth was about self-development and about improving and continuously getting better, then wouldn't everyone get better in return? Think about that. When a company has an amazing product and they produce amazing products, then the people that get those products, the consumers, they get the better product. And it's like, oh, it's a better tool. It's something to better help. Now that we have better computers, now we have video editors like myself. We have people who are like in the filmmaking industry like myself, and we're able to better edit videos because, like places like Apple, they decide to make better computers. So now we're able to create better videos. It's easier for us. The people that run businesses, now they can, have many different tabs. They can have all these different things. It allows them to do better. And then whatever businesses they might make, whatever videos they might make, it's able to now be better for other people. So in turn, their value they're able to provide a higher level of value just because someone else provided a high level of value. So that's the same thing with wealth. You have to look at it from that perspective. You're building wealth not for yourself only, but for your family, for your loved ones, for your friends, and for the people that you will never meet. Be fine with it. That's what you have to learn. Your wealth is not, it's bigger than you. And if you don't understand that, then maybe you don't belong to get wealth. You don't need to get rich. You don't need to make a lot of money if you cannot understand. Because if you cannot understand that right now, then I'm sorry, you're gonna go down a very dark path. There's so many people, they have a bunch of money, but they're empty. They're not wealthy. They're just poor people with a lot of money. It's like all those people that win the lottery, like they always end up losing all of it within a few years because they spent all this extravagant stuff. Because internally, they were poor. They were in poverty. They had a poor mindset. They had poverty. They didn't know how to steward that money. They didn't know how to take care of it. They didn't know how to grow it. They did not know how to do anything with it. And that is the same thing with so many different people. And you don't want to be like that. You want to be different. You want to steward your money. You want to realize that it is bigger than you. So if you want to lose the fear of money, you have to realize money, it is not just for you. It is to serve others, to help others. And when you use it as a tool. It's merely a tool. It is not an idol. It's not something you serve. It's not something that you're constantly trying to chase. It is a tool to do bigger things. I want to be able to get wealth so I can be able to buy, a nicer house. So when I have my own kids, when I get married, when I have my wife, then I'm able to raise them in a nice area, a nice house, let them be able to have a life that is abundant, an amazing life. And be able to bless my family members, bless my friends, be able to do all these different things, to be able to have my time back. That is another thing about money. When you build wealth, you get your time back. Now, it's like people that, you can rarely ever see your friends or family. Now you have the ability to, because now you have the money and the finances to be able to go and fly and see them. You have the wealth to be able to I don't have to clock into work. I don't have to worry about having 2 weeks or 1 week of a break from work, of paid leave for work. Like I'm able to choose my own schedule. When I have my own kids, when I have my own wife, I'm gonna have my wealth to set up to where I don't have to worry about working under someone and have this job. And it's like I'm worried maternity leave and paternity leave, all this leave is so short of a period of time. I can barely spend any time with my wife when she's in this, she just gave birth, and I'm just I have to go back to work. Sorry, but that's just how the cookie crumbles. No, I don't want to live a life like that. I want to be what? I can take a year off really if I really wanted to, and I can be perfectly fine with that. And I can be able to support my wife and be able to help her and in an experience like that is truly so important. The time that you get, when I have my own kids, I want to be able to say I have my own business. I can be able to work from home. I can be able to work. I still love to make videos. I'm gonna still be doing all those different things, but I get to ultimately choose my day. It's if my kids have maybe they're in a play or they have something, or I just want to spend a day with them, or I want to spend a vacation with my family. I have that choice. You get that choice now. You get that choice to spend your time where you want it to be. That is the thing about wealth. You have to look at it from that perspective. When you have wealth, you get this time back. You get the freedom of choice. Wealth allows you to have choices. Because think about it, there's so many people that are impoverished. They don't get to choose to, spend on a nicer brand or whatever might be higher quality and last longer. They don't have the choice. They just have to keep spending more money on the cheap little things that are going to, suffice for a little bit of time. And you don't want that. You don't want to live life like that. Stop being afraid of building wealth. Stop being afraid of money. Handle internally whatever you're struggling with. Realize it's saving you time, helping relationships, build other people, and it will affect people that you will never ever meet. That is the whole entire point of wealth. And if you want to learn more, if you want to join a deeper community, then you can subscribe to the newsletter. Join the newsletter completely free. You get a free Notion template as well when you join it. If you want any of my free Notion templates about habit tracking, how to set a 12-week year, go get those in the description below as well. Those are all free. Those are all in the description below. You can go get that, help yourself, be able to set an amazing year, set yourself up on a 12-week year plan. You can learn about how to do all of this in this YouTube playlist here below, the purpose pursuit, how to exactly how to pursue purpose and live a life purposefully, and not just say you want to chase dreams, but truly live it out and build wealth, how to actually build wealth, how to live an amazing lifestyle, how to live a life that will change you and the generations after you. You can do all of that. Subscribe below, follow me on Instagram, you see my stories, and learn about all of those free, amazing resources. Join an empowered and enjoying an amazing community, empowering young men and young women, the new generation. That is my whole entire goal. So join all those things. Watch this playlist right here, and I'm telling you, it will change your life. If just take it step by step, put it in your watch later, and that's what I love to do with videos. And just continue to watch it, renew your mind. That's where it all starts. That's where wealth starts. That's where success starts. It all starts within the mind. Learn, listen. If you have to wash dishes when you're watching these videos, do that. If you made it this far, that's what I suggest you do. And yeah, subscribe, like the video, helps the algorithm to reach more people, do all that good stuff. And purpose over pleasure. Watch this video right here. Love you guys.